Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name's Bryce and we are just starting out this series here with Peak Fit. Delve into this video with me. We're going to go into an upper body workout, working some chest, triceps, shoulders, biceps, just an all around nice solid pump. So we're going to go ahead and start here with a machine bench press, working your chest. Start out with 5 plates. Now this is just an activator set. That way you get a nice flow into your arms. Now you can see you go down and you really want to squeeze with your chest, trying to minimize using those elbows and bringing it out. That way you're really working your pecs as opposed to forearms, biceps, all that sort of stuff. Then we're going to transition straight into a drop set. We're going to drop it from 5 down to 4. Nice slow contractions here. I'm going to drop it from 4 down to 3, 3 down to 2, and so on. Really what your goal is here is to go into what I call a pre-exhaustive state before you start the remainder of your workout, going ahead and getting all that glycogen reserves flowing into your muscles and muscle fibers there. It really helps when you stay on top of your electrolytes and branch chain amino acids when headed into a workout like this. Then next, we're just going to head straight into a standing concentrated preacher curl. Single arm preacher curl using a 50-pound dumbbell. You want something that feels kind of heavy, but you still want to be able to control the weight, because really what you look for when doing preacher curls is a slow contraction, a nice tight hold, and you really want to control the weight. You want to use the weight and let the weight work for you, and you don't want to be working to move that weight, if that makes any sense. So just getting a nice flow pump here, and you really want to urge through it. You can kind of see on my left arm there, struggling a bit. That chest press really got me going there. And then straight into it, we're supersetting. We're doing standing lateral raises here. Now when you're doing this, you're working your side delts and a little bit of the rear. And then when doing those lateral raises, we're going to oscillate straight into forward lateral raises. This works your front delt, mesial head, straight into a seated, lean back, concentrated bicep curl. Now I like to use a really light weight here and just really focus on that contraction, that nice slow burn. Gets a nice flowing pump, get your veins really exaggerated here. You're just really trying to get the blood flow going. And then from singles, we're going straight into a double original bicep curl. Now this is just good flow, straight into a lean forward bent over dumbbell fly. This works your rear delts. Now what I use here, I use a 15-pound dumbbell, stack it with a 5-pound dumbbell. It's not an extraneous amount of weight, but with that grip, with them stacked on top of each other, it does make it pretty hard. Straight into a cable bicep curl from the floor. We're using a full stack, throwing some 25s on there. You really want to go as heavy as you possibly can. With that pre-exhaustive state there, you're really just focusing on a pump. Straight into an isolated tricep extension on the cable machine overhead. Don't use a handle or anything, just grab the ball right by the locker. Really the whole point in putting your elbow up against the frame itself is to lack negative movements. Now as it starts to get pretty hard and you're really controlling that lighter weight, focusing on slow contractions, it's okay to assist yourself with your other hand. You really just want to focus on trying to get it going. Straight into a cable lateral side raise. Again, working your side delts, a little bit of your lats. Now what you want to do is you want to grab the frame. You want to put your opposite foot planted on the floor with the leg that you are raising with tilted behind it on a kelter. That way you're leaning opposite of your pulls here. Now we're going straight into it's a curl bar, like a lat curl bar. The straight bar wasn't able to be used, but now this is just a lateral push down. This works your rear delts as well as your lats. My personal favorite, we're going to move straight into your traditional cable pec fly. Now, I do a sprinter stance. That way you're leaning forward. That way you're really hitting your chest as opposed to working anything in your back. And then I superset it straight with chest flies from the floor. Now this works your upper shelf and your lower shelf of your chest. Gives you a nice solid pump, as you can see. Really good for growth and mass building. Again, we're going to go with a plate-loaded preacher curl. This time we're seating. And you really just want to, I just try and rep out as many repetitions as I can. This is towards the end of my workout. Just tries to keep the blood flowing, trying to keep a hold of that pump there. And something I love about this little tidbit, you get to see a little bit of gym culture here. It's always good to have camaraderie in the gym, no matter the age. Now, I try to do a suicide grip and keep the thumb on the same side as the pad of your hands. That way you're really not working your forearm. And then as soon as you get exhausted out, you're burned out, go ahead and grab them both and do a nice quick rep. Get them pumped going there. All right, guys, stay tuned for the next one. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to, like and subscribe. We will be posting more weightlifting and powerlifting, bodybuilding, weight loss content like this, as well as getting a few other creators to collaborate with us, as well as some outdoorsy stuff as well. So thank you again, and this has been Peak Fit.